Harihi Om Tat Sat. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru. Vigada sakala bhedam swaprakashena vedyam behirabhihrdi purnam shanta bodha swabhavam prakriti vikridihinam bandha muktyor vimuktam hridi kalaya sadatvam shuddha buddhya cha bhaktya hridi kalaya sadatvam shuddha buddhya cha bhaktya madhiya hridaya kashe sadanandamayo guruhu udedu satatam samyak swatmananda prabodhaka. Harihi, 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru. We shall recite as usual 3 times the auspicious monosyllable Omkara. While reciting, keep it in mind specifically that you should generate a thought of your own, a sankalpa, that the joint recitation should spread upon the whole of the earth, showering its benedictions on all creatures thriving on our planet. Interlock your fingers and put them on your lap. Sit comfortably erect. Close the eyes. Open the mouth and the heart and join me. My voice is not good, that you know. So make up for the deficiency I have with the full throat. The first sloka. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta
Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta
Gocharam Tamagocharam
Gocharam Tamagocharam
Govindam Paramanandam
Govindam Paramanandam
Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham
Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham
Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta
Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta
Gocharam Tamagocharam
Gocharam Tamagocharam
Govindam Paramanandam
Govindam Paramanandam
Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham
Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham.
I thought we shall have a discussion on Vivekachudamani. Vivekachudamani is called a Prakarana Grantha. Our Prasthanatrayam, the Upanishads on the one hand, Bhagavad Gita on the other, and Prasthanatrayam means three. So these are two. The third is Brahma Sutras. The three are the main texts, Vedantic texts. Many people may not be able to read them originally. They are very profuse, long, complex also. So many authors have written short treatises incorporating the essence of the teachings in the Prasthanatrayam, meaning the Vedic Upanishads, then Bhagavad Gita, and then Brahma Sutras. These three are referred to in this manner. Vedas are considered to be Shruti. Shruti means they were heard, recited and learned. There was no writing at all. So it's all heard and learned, heard and learned, heard and learned. In that sense it is called Shruti, Shravana. That was the medium by which it was spoken out and also received. When it comes to Bhagavad Gita, it is included in Mahabharata. It is a Smriti. And Brahma Sutras are considered to be Yukti. What? Yukti. Yukti means reason, rationally presented. So the three texts are, one is the immortal, beginningless Shruti. The second is, it was written 5,157 years ago, Mahabharata. So the Bhagavad Gita is part of it. Then when come to Brahma Sutras, in all probability Brahma Sutras were also written by Vyasadeva in the same period. This is the structure of our Shastras. So this Prasthanatrayam, Traya means three. Prasthana, what does it mean? It means actually the voyage of knowledge. Knowledge is actually a voyage. What does it mean? Generally we proceed on a pilgrimage. In those days it was all by walking. So the pilgrimage used to take even months together. So you proceed and proceed. Similarly, here the voyage is a voyage of knowledge. Whose is knowledge? Knowledge always is belonging to the intelligence. Intelligence is the only tool which can deal with knowledge, expose knowledge, express it properly. So intelligence is the only tool. So the intelligence begins its quest for knowledge, and that knowledge becomes a voyage. Finally, as you go on a pilgrimage and reach the destination, here also the voyage will end in a crowning glory of fulfillment and realization. So, a number of Prakarana Granthas are there which tell us in a brief manner the content and message of the Prasthanatrayam. Shankara himself has written a number of Prakarana Granthas. So where from should I say? I can continue. Vivekachudamani is said to be the last composition Shankara had made. Being the last, it naturally has its own sublimity, profundity, depth, loftiness, magnificence, elegance. Everything it has. It contains 500 and odd verses, and you will find it is very, very profound, Gambhira. About Shankara, I would like to say, he lived more than 1200 years ago. Before that lived Buddha. Buddha's life is something like 2500 years back, if I am correct. So you find a difference of 1300 years between Buddha's life and Shankara's life. Buddha being a prince to begin with, he became a seeker and he had his own spiritual illumination. So in the background of his royal elegance, the cult became very popular. And there were a number of Buddhists. And Bauddha philosophy became very prominent. As a result of which, the Vedantic texts and the Vedantic wisdom were totally eclipsed. In my life, I have a very good sublime influence of three personalities. One is Sri Ramachandra Mahaprabhu, Lord Sri Rama, the prince and the king Rama. The other is Sri Krishna. Rama was very pronounced in his ways. I don't know whether you have thought about him at all. All the Kshatriyas are supposed to marry more than once. The reason is, there used to be inter-kingdom fights in the country regularly, because every king wanted to become an emperor. How can he become an emperor? He has to conquer many other kings and enlarge his kingdom. So naturally there will be fight. In the fight, who will die? Men alone will die. When so many men die, naturally the women will be increasing in number and there will not be a one-to-one marriage possibility. So for the Kshatriyas there is a rule that any woman who comes and seeks the hand of a man, he has to accept. That is how Krishna married so many women. Because all of them said, you should become our husband, nobody else. To complete the story, Krishna married so many people, say. But how did he marry? That is also an important point. When he liberated them from the clutches of, what is that Asura ma? Naragasura. Naragasura, he had kept 16,000 princes as almost as hostages or whatever you can say, captives. Krishna went there, at the suggestion of Uddhava, he went there. He had to surmount so many things, I don't go into details now, and finally encountered Naragasura. And first, they relieved all of them. So all of them came out of their captivity and then said, "Oh dear Lord, we are already contaminated. If we go back homes, we will not be received properly. So you should marry us, you should become our Lord." As usual, Krishna smiled and then sent every one of them by palanquins to Dwaraka. So all of them were taken to Dwaraka. And traditionally, a day was fixed for their marriage. So one day, all the marriages were held with each princess having her Krishna. What is the trouble in this? Huh? So 16,000 princesses were there. So 16,000 Krishna also was there. The whole affair became a great news. Narada Maharshi, a world traveler, he came to know of it and he wanted to pay a visit to Dwaraka just to know matters for himself. So he went there. First he went to Rukmini's palace. Krishna was talking to her, discussing matters. He went to Satyabhama's palace. Like that, one after the other. Everywhere he found Krishna doing some work or the other. So after visiting 4 or 5, he decided, what I have heard is correct, and went away from there, announcing the news to all people concerned, so that so many came to know about it. This is, by the way, you know, there is nothing in our Shastras which is wrong or unacceptable. Everything is in a very orderly manner. So, Sri Rama, as an exception, had decided that I will have only one marriage. He had Ekapatni, that's all. That is his specialty. And in everything he was like that. Now Krishna is another. But Krishna's life is more enlightening, everywhere enlightening, than even Rama's life was. So this Rama and Krishna both had their influence. But they were Kshatriyas. I was not born a Kshatriya. So their life cannot become fully an example for me. In other words, they were after all Kshatriyas, but our scriptures and scriptural wisdom are held by Brahmanas, whose life was solely devoted to wisdom austerity, spiritual austerity. They were not interested in any other occupation, any other objectives of life. To learn the Vedas, to learn the Shastras, to recite them, to teach them, to incorporate them, and also preserve their lineage, that's all. They were highly respected by Kshatriyas and they were given all resources for maintaining their life. This is how I understand the lifestyle was. So I found these two Kshatriyas are no example for me. Then, right from childhood, my birthplace is only 25 kilometers away from here. So Shankara's story was very much known to us. We always used to chant. Many of his poems, devotional poems, we used to recite. And thereby we also came to know of his life. The one aspect of Shankara's life that appealed to me, there are two factors. One is, he was the only son. The mother had become a widow. How could he think of leaving the widowed mother alone to herself? After all, he had his filial affections. How could he think of it? So there is something like a higher call for human life. When that call comes, nothing stands in the way. So he said, you should give me permission for taking up sannyasa and going. Ultimately, the mother had to agree. She also agreed. So he went with her permission. This one call he wanted to answer, right from the beginning when I heard about it, I felt. So in human life, there is a call. When that call becomes pronounced, no relationship, nothing stands in the way. We all speak about father, mother, brother, sister, wife, husband. All these we speak about, okay. But all these are strung. all these are strung in the cord of devotion, in the cord of dharma or God. So when that call comes, that is how you find all the Gopikas leaving everything and listening to the flute of Krishna, they ran away. There is no option there. So this is something to be understood. Then the second point was, he went and saw Govindapada, his teacher, on the banks of Narmada. He walked all the way Shankara. And then after their meeting, he felt that he found the lost father in the teacher. And the teacher felt that he had found a good son in Shankara. So after the initial spell of initiation, Diksha and this, that and all, I feel it very much in my mind. Govindapada told him, my dear son, see, all these Upanishads, the entire Vedic floor, is almost eaten up by white ants. Who is going to revive them? Buddhist influence was so much that nobody was there to propagate Vedanta at all in our country. This was this is the situation. So looking at it, he said, you have the potential to do something. Will you dedicate yourself to restore the spirit, purpose and practice of Vedanta? Shankara did not answer. He listened to the teacher fairly and well. And then he thought, I shall fulfill the mission my teacher wants me to. Then he started walking. On the one hand he was walking, on the other hand he was writing. He first of all wrote a commentary for Vishnu Sahasranama. The Vishnu Sahasranama appears in Mahabharata. After that, he started writing for one thing after the other. Finally, the Prasthanatrayam, the whole of the Prasthanatrayam, he commented upon. This wonderful dedication, one in leaving the mother and the other in heeding the teacher, these two are even now pronounced in my heart. So when I got initiated by my Gurudev and I started meditation, I had told my Baba, please don't ask me to read. I have not come to you for reading books. I have come to you to get initiated into Brahma Vidya. And whatever practice you want me to do, you have asked me to do, I shall do it dedicatedly. But don't ask me to read books. He smiled and said, okay, don't read. But when the time comes for you to read, the book will be on the table, he said. So I went on. As I always say, I would still like to say that even when I was attending my office, 1.25 hours during the daytime in the morning, and 1.25 hours at night, after coming back from the office, I used to meditate, 2.5 hours. And then, in holidays, I used to meditate for 4 hours. For me, the meditation was not an effort. It was an experience. My whole body would be soaked in pleasant and blissful vibration. Acceleration to the maximum level, to such an extent that I said, I don't want this acceleration. Of what use is it? Every day I experience joy, joy and joy. What about when I get up? I cannot carry that joy. So this is not the goal of meditation. This is not the goal of spirituality. It is something else, I felt. This kind of a discrimination, if you can call it, is very, very rare. The joy I was getting in meditation, I was not happy with. What is this joy? Every time I close my eyes and meditate, suddenly I become accelerate. And when I get up, I have to pack it up, go. So where is the continuity? The day consists of 24 hours. In the 24 hours, we may have to do many things for the sake of the body, for the sake of family and so many things. So what is that wonderful goal which I can preserve, which will preserve me all the 24 hours of the day, was a quest that occupied me very deeply. That saved me. So, I don't know how much time passed, 1.5 years or 2 years. I started reading. When I found the book Mundakopanishad on my table, and seeing that book, what my Gurudev said also came to my mind. I started opening and reading. What is this? Is this the truth? And what are we doing? The whole Brahminism is doing. What is this? It is all blind leading the blind, tottering in total ignorance. So all the rituals and ceremonies are rituals, ignorance. Then what is knowledge? Mundakopanishad presents it very, very well, extremely well. It was, what is this? Impatiently I started reading. Meanwhile, I had said goodbye to my Sanskrit. Sanskrit and English were the only two languages which I relished and which gave me some taste in my life. So Sanskrit I bundled up before going to Calcutta, saying that this Sanskrit will not help me in my interactional world. So my attitude towards Sanskrit changed, and I started reviving and reading Shastras one after the other. All the Upanishads I must have read, Prakarana Granthas, several of them. And during that course I came to know of Vivekachudamani, and also I knew whatever I have told you about. It is the last composition of Shankara. Understand Shankara from this background. 1300 years Vedanta was totally eclipsed, and he was able to revive this Vedanta by meeting the reputed scholars of the time, engaging them in argument and defeating everybody. We should not use the word defeat. Enlightening everybody with the true point of view of the Vedas and the Upanishads. His teacher was called Govindapada. Govindapada's teacher was Gaudapada. Gaudapada has written a commentary for Mandukya Upanishad, very short Upanishad. That Mandukya Upanishad commentary is very, very distinct, absolutely rational, very deeply rational. Here, whenever a writing of this type is taken up, the writer always makes an adoration. Generally, in Shankara's life, it will be adoration to the teacher. Here also it is to the teacher, naming him. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. Okay, you repeat. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta
Sarvavedanta Siddhanta
Gocharam Tamagocharam
Gocharam Tamagocharam
Govindam Paramanandam
Govindam Paramanandam
Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham
Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham.
He makes a significant reference here. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam. The spiritual teacher, the spiritually enlightened person who has had the full measure of realization to make him fulfilled. Where is this realization? Is it written on the face? Is it evident anywhere in the body? Physically, the person continues to be the same, every year getting more and more aged. Then how will you know this wonderful person? You can only know him. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gochara. The more and more you read Vedanta, read the Shastras, and the Shastras explain how an enlightened person will be living. I will also be discussing some portions before you. Only when you have the knowledge of Vedanta, you will understand the greatness of the teacher. Otherwise not. Govindam Paramanandam. These fulfilled and enlightened people will always be blissful. Now the blissfulness is not what you generally understand by the term. What is blissfulness? Ha ha ha! It's not that. Blissfulness is a kind of a gentle fullness. It will not upset you. It is not any extravagance. It is a very silent, bearable, enjoyable, beautiful experience. That experience will not make you the least abnormal, intense or otherwise. Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pradadosmyaham. So he says, my teacher can only be known after knowing the Vedantic principles and propositions. That there is something like the inner presence called the soul. It is different from the body. The body is but a material mass, absolutely inert. That inert body is animated by the inner presence. That inner presence is somewhat like the sky, space, but the space is insentient. This will be sentient space, you can say. Only by knowing this, while we talk to the Guru or we hear him, you will understand his greatness. Then he makes another statement, the second verse. Durlabham trayamevaitat devanugrahetugam manusyatvam mumukshutvam mahapurusha samshraya. This one verse I would like you to learn just today or tomorrow. Durlabham trayamevaitat
Durlabham trayamevaitat
devanugrahetugam
devanugrahetukam
manusyatvam mumukshutvam
mumukshutvam
mahapurusha samshrayah. Durlabham trayam eva etad devanugrahetukam manusyatvam mumukshutvam mahapurusha samshrayah. See, these are all some very, very singular evaluations. What? What? Why are you keeping quiet? I said evaluations. Why don't you repeat? What kind of a learning is this? You cannot say evaluation. Say evaluations. An evaluation about human life, your parents' life, your children's life, your neighbor's life, your society's life. Durlabham, extremely rare. Trayam, these three. These are the only three rare gains in human life. These gains can be had Devanugraha Hetugam, only by the blessing of God. Up to this you have heard. I want you to hear the rest. Manushyatvam. Say that. Manushyatvam. Have you not got it? Are you not human beings? So the humanhood is the first of the three. Now you are all born human. Tell me, did you make any effort to be born a human?
No.
Huh? On our earth and the water surrounding it. Do you know 87 lakhs, the variety of life, variety of living creatures upon the earth is, that variety is 87 lakhs. Don't mistake, it is not the number of creatures. The variety of creatures, that variety is 87 lakhs. Out of which, if one person is born a human, you tell me, is it not extremely rare? No. Yes. Are you not human? Yes. Is it not a rare gain? Yes. Have you ever evaluated it like this? That is why I said evaluation. Evaluate it at least now. That I have humanhood is a great gain. Only by the blessing of God I have gained it. Mumukshutvam, the second is aspiration for liberation. I don't know whether you have it or not. Do you have it? Yes. No. How many? Lift your hands. Not all in any way. Maybe 60% have raised their hands. Because you don't know what is moksha. Moksha is actually inner freedom. What is meant by inner freedom? It is not physical freedom. Physically you are free. But mentally and intelligentially you are not free. I always say, moksha, liberation, is from the shackles of the mind and intelligence. Our mind and intelligence, they go on producing various shackles. We must be able to get rid of them. Completely be away from them. All the shackles are caused by ignorance, delusion, doubt. Ignorance, delusion, doubt. So many of you will think, oh, I have so many births, as if you have seen them. Who has reported that there are many births? What about this birth? Is your present birth your experience? Huh? No answer. Check. Has any one of you experienced your birth? No. And is there anybody who experiences his death? No. So birth and death are misnomer. Never think about them. It is like referring to unborn children. If you have no birth in your experience, why are you running after previous births? Is there any greater fool than you are? Where is your right evaluation about life? Mahapurusha samshraya. The third is the loving care and protection from a Mahapurusha. Who is a Mahapurusha? A knower of truth. A person who has realized God. These are the three very, very rare. So all of you have come here because you have the blessing of God. One, you are a human. Secondly, some way or the other, all of you are aspiring to have some spiritual gain in the form of freedom. Mahapurusha samshraya. Whether you feel that you are under the care, grace and protection of a Mahapurusha, that is for you to decide. In my case, when I went to my Baba, seeking Diksha and even beforehand, I felt wonderfully safe. I have never looked into any God at all. That kind of a feeling and fervor I had then and now. Mahapurusha samshraya. Durlabham trayamevaitad.
Durlabham trayamevaitat.
Devanugraha hetukam.
Devanugraha hetukam.
Manushyatvam mumukshutvam.
Manushyatvam mumukshutvam.
Mahapurusha samshraya.
Mahapurusha samshraya.
Can you make them recite? Then do it. Durlabham.
Durlabham trayamevaitat.
Durlabham trayamevaitat.
Devanugraha hetukam.
Devanugraha hetukam.
Manushyatvam mumukshutvam.
Manushyatvam mumukshutvam.
Mahapurusha samshrayah.
Mahapurusha samshrayah.
Durlabham trayamevaitat.
Durlabham trayamevaitat.
Devanugraha hetukam.
Devanugraha hetukam.
Manushyatvam mumukshutvam.
Manushyatvam mumukshutvam.
Mahapurusha samshrayah.
Mahapurusha samshrayah.
Can you not learn it now? Huh? The next verse, the next evaluation. See, when you read all these things and understand, you must have the love, fervor and sincerity to abide by it, to inhere in this. That is where all of you miserably lose. I have said earlier, see, I could never read a book. My brother wanted me to read Charles Dickens. With a lot of difficulty, crushing my teeth, I read for about 200 pages and said, I don't want it. I could not read a book because I did not find it interesting. So I have read, but read very little. Whenever I have read, I have known it. I have retained it. So this sloka, it should set the ideal for your life. It should set the value for your life. Your whole life should be devoted to it. Don't say I am a householder. Everybody is a householder. We are ashram holders. Your house is called house. The place which houses us is called an ashram. If you hold the house, we hold. There only blood and matrimonial relations are living. Here no relations live at all. What are you saying? Value belongs to the mind, heart. It doesn't belong to the household. It doesn't belong to the ashram. It belongs to the human heart, human mind. And any value is value indeed, for what it is worth. Labdhva kathanjin narajanma durlabham tatrapi pumstvam sudipala darshanam Yastva atma muktau nayateta mudhadi sahyatmaha swam vinihandya sadgrahad. Labdhva kathanchin
लब्ध्वा कथञ्चिन्
narajanma durlabham.
नरजन्म दुर्लभम्
Labdhva kathanchin narajanma durlabham.
लब्ध्वा कथञ्चिन् नरजन्म दुर्लभम्
Tatrapi pumstvam
तत्रापि पुंस्त्वम्
Shudipāradarshanam.
श्रुतिपारदर्शनम्
Tatrapi pumstvam
तत्रापि पुंस्त्वम्
Shudipāradarshanam.
श्रुतिपारदर्शनम्
Yastvatma muktau
यस्त्वात्ममुक्तौ
nayateta mudhadi
नयते तमूढधीः
sahyatmaha swam
सह्यात्मः स्वम्
vinihanya sadgrahad.
विनिहन्त्य सद्ग्रहात्.
See, I must have read these slokas about 72, 73 years back. 72 years back. The time when I read this and I understood the meaning, it had become part of my life. I did not require to read it several times at all. Sanskrit was a very familiar language for me. I had relished Sanskrit always. So what does he say? Labdhva kathanchin narajanma durlabham. Have you ever tried to become a human? Huh? Huh? Somehow the human body has come to us. And now when I look at 87 lakhs of varietal creatures are there. My number how much? What is the number of mosquitoes? Compared to them, where are we? Somehow I have got entry into it. Kathanchid, I don't know. It may be the blessings or gift of my parents or their grandparents. Narajanma durlabham. Very rare to be had. Tatrapi pumstvam. This is a preference. This you can bypass. Tatrapi pumstvam. There particularly as a man, because those days Shastras were not read by women. Shudipara darshanam. To learn the Vedas, get an insight into what I told you about Prasthanatrayam, etc. After having had these benefits, these gifts, these blessings, yastva atma muktau nayateda. If one does not strive to get liberated, samudhadi, he is a fool of an ass. He is a fool. Fool. Number one. Yastva atma muktau nayateta mudhadi sahyatmaha swam vinihandya sadgrahad. He is actually slaying his neck. Atmaha. He kills himself. By what? Not by a sword. Vinihandya sadgrahad. By clinging steadfastly to perishable things of the world, including his own body. The entire world is transitory, evanescent, impermanent. Whether it is your son or grandson, or an RC building, any kind of a possession that you can think of, whatever is upon the earth is perishable. Do you know one day our sun will become cold? We may not be alive. The sun will become cold. What more do you want? Many of the mountains which are up now, they were under the sea, they say. The earth turned. Naturally, the seas all changed their position and the submerged land came into the surface. In Canada, there are rocky mountains. They were all under the sea. Very, very rocky. It's very nice to see. It's like slate, etc. So everything is transitory here. By holding on to them, thinking that they will give me happiness, they will give me relief, they will give me the crowning fulfillment of human life. By holding like this, he is killing himself, he says. If you read this verse and understand the message, how can you not accept it? How can you refuse to act upon it? Labdva kathanjin narajanma durlabham tatrapi pumstvam shrutipara darshanam yastvātma muktau nayadeta mūఢadīhi sahyātmaha swam vinihantya sadgrahat. What do you say? Do you like this verse? Huh? For what? Because it is written in the book. Labdva kathanchin narajanma durlabham
Labdva kathanchin narajanma durlabham
tatrapi pumstvam shrutipara darshanam
tatrapi pumstvam shrutipara darshanam
yastvātma muktau nayadeta mūఢadīhi
yastvātma muktau nayateta mūఢadīhi
sahyātmaha swam vinihantya sadgrahād.
sahyātmaha swam vinihantya sadgrahād.
See, Govindapada spoke a few words to his disciple. And see, by hearing those words, Shankara had the resolve, the determination, the wish and will to fulfill his teacher's promise. Altogether, Shankara lived only for 32 years. See what happened? An individual can do many things in this world. In fact, everything is done by the individual and the groups of individuals, that's all. So these are verses which are very, very important. Arvindan, go ahead.
Labdva kathanchin narajanma durlabham
Labdva kathanchin narajanma durlabham
tatrapi pumstvam shrutipara darshanam
tatrapi pumsvam shrutipara darshanam
yastvātma muktau nayateta mūఢadīhi
yastvātma muktau nayateta mūఢadīhi
sahyātmaha swam vinihantya sadgrahāt
sahyātmaha swam vinihantya sadgrahāt.
Arvindan, your depth should be more. Depth, feeling fully.
Labdva kathanchin narajanma durlabham
Labdva kathanchin narajanma durlabham
tatrapi pumstvam shrutipara darshanam
tatrapi pumsvam shrutipara darshanam
yastvātma muktau nayateta mūఢadīhi
yastvātma muktau nayateta mūఢadīhi
sahyātmaha swam vinihantya sadgrahāt
sahyātmaha swam vinihantya sadgrahāt.
See how precise, how profound, how deep, how lofty is the message conveyed. Do you have a human heart to respond to it? This is a message which can never be altered any time in the world. A fact a truth. If you are lovers of truth, you have to imbibe them instantly. No postponement. Accept it in your heart first. Let us see what follows. It is a truth, and I accept it. This attitude should be there. That attitudinal fervor, that you should not lack it. In the next verse we are going to recite and learn, he says, parrot-like repetition of Shastras is no good. See, our Vedas are taught with special Udatta and Anudatta, etc. As a matter of fact, I don't like it. Why I don't like it? Because even words where they elongate, there is no rule. And they don't incorporate all the Upanishads. Taittiriya Upanishad they have tuned. But Mahanarayana Upanishad they have done. There is nothing for Kathopanishad, Mundakopanishad or other things. All poetry. So I like the poetic rendering. See, he says, Vadantu Shastrani yajantu devan kurvantu karmani bhajantu devataha atmaikya bodhena vinapi muktihi na siddhyadi brahmashatam tarebi. Vadanti Shastrani yajantu devan
वदन्तु शास्त्राणि यजन्तु देवान्
कुर्वन्तु कर्माणि भजन्तु देवताः
कुर्वन्तु कर्माणि भजन्तु देवताः
आत्मैक्यबोधेन विनापि मुक्तिः
आत्मैक्यबोधेन विना विमुक्तिः
न सिद्ध्यति ब्रह्मशतान्तरेऽपि
न सिद्ध्यति ब्रह्मशतान्तरेऽपि
Once or twice.
वदन्तु शास्त्राणि यजन्तु देवान्
वदन्तु शास्त्राणि यजन्तु देवान्
कुर्वन्तु कर्माणि भजन्तु देवताः
कुर्वन्तु कर्माणि भजन्तु देवताः
आत्मैक्यबोधेन विना विमुक्तिः
आत्मैक्यबोधेन विना विमुक्तिः
न सिद्ध्यति ब्रह्मशतान्तरेऽपि
न सिद्ध्यति ब्रह्मशतान्तरेऽपि
वदन्तु शास्त्राणि यजन्तु देवान्
वदन्तु शास्त्राणि यजन्तु देवान्
कुर्वन्तु कर्माणि भजन्तु देवताः
कुर्वन्तु कर्माणि भजन्तु देवताः
आत्मैक्यबोधेन विना विमुक्तिः
आत्मैक्यबोधेन विना विमुक्तिः
न सिद्ध्यति ब्रह्मशतान्तरेऽपि
न सिद्ध्यति ब्रह्मशतान्तरेऽपि.
Some of you are reciting extremely well. I am very happy. See, this is a verse where he negates Vadantu Shastrani Yajantu Devan. See, Shastras, there are people who learn them well, gain mastery, give lectures, utter very well. Let them do so. Yajantu Devan. Ceremonially and ritually, you worship any number of deities with a lot of vrata and anushtana and all that. Kurvantu karmani. Engage in noble and great laudable activities. Bhajantu devataha. The simple bhajan, calling all devatas. Atmaikya bodhena vina vimuktihi. Atmaikya bodhena vina vimuktihi. Atma Aikya Bodhena Vina Vimukti. Unless you are able to feel in your own heart, in realizing in your own heart, we are not this body, but the inner presence. That inner presence is like space. It is like space, which is indivisible, only one, pervading everywhere, omnipresent. You have a body. It is a Panchabhautik body. It contains all the Panchabhutas which the world contains. In the Panchabhautik body there is space. That space is the most subtle. That is pervading in the other four bhutas like fire, water, air and earth. In this Panchabhautik body where space is an ingredient, including that space, the inner presence is pervading in the whole body. So if space is all pervasive, what about the inner presence? Will it not be even more all pervading? Yes or no? Yes. Huh? Yes. Then how dare you say I am this? Huh? Please take away your intelligence, then say. Keeping the intelligence, I will not allow you to say this. Stop sending your children to schools. They are going there to learn. To learn means to develop the intelligence. If the intelligence is not used to reflect upon this fundamental truth, what for is our intelligence? All the beings, they walk with their spinal cord parallel to the earth. The human alone walks with the spinal cord perpendicular to the earth fully. Even the apes do not do so always. So what do you think of our intelligence? That is the only tool of understanding. Atmaikya bodhena vina vimukti. Unless you are able to reflect upon the inner presence about which you say I. It is not the body, it is not earth, it is not water, it is not air, it is not fire, it is not even space. Then what else is different from all these? Na siddhyati brahmashatam tarevi. Even if you continue to do these ritual ceremonies, worship and bhajans, brahmashatam tarevi. What does it mean? Brahma, one Brahma is ruling us. Shatantarebi, 100 Brahma yugas. If you continue to do rituals, you will not be able to realize the truth. You can go on doing whatever you like. Vadantu shastrani, yajantu devan, kurvantu karmani, bhajantu devataha. All these karmic, ritualistic, devotional and allied indulgences are of no avail, are of no purpose. They are like pouring water, inverting the drum. Pour water here. It is like that. See, this denunciation, strong denunciation of the rituals and ceremonies, even devotional bhajans, etc. What is it? How will you evaluate your merit then? Arvindan?
Vadantu shastrani yajantu devan.
Vadantu shastrani yajantu devan.
Kurvantu karmani bhajantu devataha.
Kurvantu karmani bhajantu devataha.
आत्मैक्यबोधेन विना विमुक्तिः
आत्मैक्यबोधेन विना विमुक्तिः
न सिद्ध्यति ब्रह्मशतान्तरेऽपि
न सिद्ध्यति ब्रह्मशतान्तरेऽपि
मेधावी पुरुषो विद्वान् ऊहापोह विचक्षणः अधिकारी आत्मविद्यायाम् उक्तलक्षणलक्षितः. Bah, bah, bah. Who are the people that are fit to learn this truth, pursue it as a pursuit, and realize it as a glory? Why thousands are not coming to listen to? How can they come? They don't have the requisite instruments to know. Medhavi Purusho Vidwan
मेधावी पुरुषो विद्वान्
Uhapoha Vichakshanaha
ऊहापोह विचक्षणः
Adhikari Atma Vidyayam
अधिकार्यात्मविद्यायाम्
Ukta Lakshana Lakshitaha.
उक्तलक्षणलक्षितः
Medhavi
मेधावी
Purusho Vidwan.
पुरुषो विद्वान्.
One has to be Medhavi. He must have intelligence. Vidwan. He must use the intelligence and be given to gaining knowledge. Uha poha vijakshanaha. Vijakshanaha means dexterous, clever, in arriving at inferences, observing facts and phenomena on the one hand, reflecting deeply upon them like Newton did, and then arrive at a conclusion. In Britain, you will find a number of apple trees. Apple gardens are there. Very well. So during the season, there will be a number of apples. So Newton, along with those present then with him, they were walking. So they were walking through the apple gardens. So many apples had fallen. Each one of them picked up one and started eating. Newton did not. What is this? All are apples. From here, from there, from there. All of them are falling perpendicularly to the earth. And they are parallel. What is this? Why should they fall to the earth? Why don't they flee? They can go in a tangent. Why are they falling? The moment the stem is disconnected from the tree, that the tree has no influence on it, then it is falling to the earth. So what influence can be there, if at all? He started thinking for 1 year. Then he found gravity of the earth. This is called persistence. This is called perseverance. You can use your hand easily. Even a monkey can be taught. Even our dog can be trained. But to use the intelligence, Medhavi, Purusho, Vidwan, Uha Poha Vijakshanaha. See how Newton thought? If it is falling to the earth, the fruit has only two connections. One is with the tree. That is broken or released. Then it falls. So it is falling not in this direction. So what is this? There should be only one influence, that is the earth. That he found to be gravity. For such a person is this knowledge available. Our devotees are crores in number, but none of them uses the mind and the intelligence to embellish, to correct and embellish their devotion. That is their trouble. Everybody will agree, God is omnipresent. Even a fool will agree. If he is omnipresent, is he not surrounding you? Huh? Is he not penetrating you, permeating you? So if he is inside you and outside you, you tell me, which is the best place to approach him and get hold of him? Then why are you running outside? Huh? Then the intelligence should tell them, stop running. Stop. Stop. What is this? Double standard, treble standard, quadruple standard. When are you going to stop all this? Can you ever see God? No, He is present everywhere. Your eyes can see only frontward, not even here. Not even. So God is all-pervading, omnipresence. Is omnipresence a concept to be grasped by the intelligence or seen by the eyes? Huh? So close your eyes and sit. Sit like a fool and be the most wise. Spend less time in chanting and more time in silence. If your chanting helps like silence, well and good. Otherwise not. Medhavi purusho vidwan uha poha vichakshanaha adhikari atma vidyayam. He is the competent person to pursue this path. Ukta lakshana lakshidaha. The characteristics have been defined earlier. I have not brought those verses here. Medhavi purusho vidwan uha poha vichakshanaha adhikaya atma vidyayam ukta lakshana lakshidaha. Aravindan.
Medhavi purusho vidwan
Medhavi purusho vidwan
uhapoha vichakshanaha
uhapoha vichakshanaha
adhikaryatma vidyayam
adhikaryatma vidyayam
ukta lakshana lakshitaha
ukta lakshana lakshitaha.
Medhavi purusho vidwan
Medhavi purusho vidwan
uhapoha vichakshanaha
uhapoha vichakshanaha
adhikaryatma vidyayam
adhikaryatma vidyayam
ukta lakshana lakshitaha
ukta lakshana lakshitaha.
Medhavi purusho vidwan
Medhavi purusho vidwan
uhapoha vichakshanaha
uhapoha vichakshanaha
adhikaryatma vidyayam
adhikaryatma vidyayam
ukta lakshana lakshitaha
ukta lakshana lakshitaha.
So a competent seeker should go to the Sadguru. Who is this Sadguru? What is the description? It is beautifully presented here. Shrotriyo avrijino akamahato yo brahmavittamaha brahmanyuparatashamto nirindhana ivanalaha Ahetukadaya sindhu bandhuranamatam sadam. Shrotriyo avrjino akamahato yo brahmavittamaha brahmanyuparatashamto nirindhana ivanalaha ahetukadaya sindhu bandhuranamatam sadam. He must be well versed in Shruti, Shrotriyo, Avrjino. His life should not have any sinful elements, either before or later. Akamahadaha. He should not have any kind of a desire in his heart. Yo Brahmavittamaha. His knowledge should not be of a ordinary level. Brahmavittamaha. He must have the supreme, sublime grace of the knowledge. Brahmanyuparatashamto. He is completely restful in Brahman. This Brahman is actually an experiential presence. So he should be completely restful in that. Nirindhana ivanalaha. You should spend some time thinking about this adjective, qualification. A fire has blazed, burned everything to be burnt, and it is lying concealed in the cinder. Like that. Ahetukadaya sindhu. He is an ocean of mercy which knows no reason at all. Bandhu anamatam sadam. He acts as a benefactor to those people, good and noble people who come and seek his grace. These are the descriptions. I always say, I cannot undertake any social work. Why? Social work means you should go to the society and be with them. My life is such that I can be somewhere. If people come to me and ask me to help, I am ready to help. That is our way. Bandhura anamatam sadam. Even to understand us, it is not possible. Unless we speak, all of you are listening to us, you somehow feel that, oh, these are Swami's good. But you have not known us at all. What is the merit, if at all? Or what is the specialty, if at all? What is this? I don't think. Nobody has asked me also. My meeting my Gurudev, it put a full stop for all my inquiry, all my restlessness. I never wanted to see anybody else. So I am an Advidiya person in the world. Why? Simply because I have met my Gurudev. I don't have to see anybody else, even God. I have seen God in person. And I have full access to Him. He had also full access to me. Having got such a person in my friend, what else do I need in this world? Everything else becomes burned paper for me. Burned paper. What do you say? Brahmanyu uparadashantaha nirindhanaivanala ahetukadaya sindhu bandhuranamatam sadam akamahadaha. No desire should be fostered by an knower of truth. See the acid standards put here. What do you think of the purity that will accrue to a person who reads, understands and follows this? To penetrate into your mind, to purify it, to sharpen your intelligence, make it more and more perceptive. Tell me what is the way except exploring this understanding? How can you sharpen your intelligence? How can you purify your mind? By purchasing soap and will the mind be purified? Penetrate into the mind. संवेद्यवर्जितमनुत्तममेकमाद्यं संवित्पदं विकलनं कलयन्मात्मन् हृद्येव तिष्ठ कलनारहितक्रियां तु कुर्वन् अकर्तृपदमेत्य समोदितश्री कुर्वन् अकर्तृपदमेत्य समोदितश्री हरि 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 ओम तत्सत् जय गुरु. We shall have a conclusional Omkara recitation, thereafter disperse. Take your mudra for it. Hari Om Tassat. Jai Guru. Jai Guru.